Hey YouTube, it's SoulPrime13 with another video review. Today we're going to be talking about the KO of the Studio Series Commander Class Optimus Prime. And we're going to set this down here. He just came in a plain cardboard box, so there's nothing to show off there. But we do have all sorts of accessories to go over. And some of them do work with the official version, because this is my official Optimus, as you can see, with the Megatron arm. There is some electronics in here. I do not have the right kind of batteries, so I can't light it up right now, but you do need some type of L something watch batteries. I know it's listed on the Show Z site. It does come with a blast effect. This is solid plastic, so you can leave it plugged in, and you do need a magnet to activate it, and you can transform him with it. It does fully transform, which is nice. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wiggle this out. Let me... tabs on this guy are always a lot more snug in the arms. Come on. There we go. And it's just a mushroom peg, so you just wiggle that out. And you can give him his normal arm back. So we're going to do that. And put our official one off to the side. That was really just to show that some are compatible with the official. Not everything though. But here, ow, and scrape my knee. So set these accessories off to the side. So here we have him in his truck mode, and this is one that comes with a full trailer. Go ahead and bust this bad boy out. And he does come packaged in robot mode, as you can see by the silhouette here, but I wanted to start vehicle mode, since we all know how this transformation works anyway. But you still get the landing gear and the stabilizers, so there's all that. He does have the back section with the blast effects, which I think these ones are actually still rubberized. Yeah, they are. So yeah, they're probably a safer plastic, but I don't know for sure. Probably not going to risk it, but you do get all the same blast effects there. And you get all of his original accessories stored in the trailer. You get your blast effects and your rifle. And yeah, these ones are hard plastic, so you get that with the rifle. And you do get his Energon axe as well, and a nice transparent orange. Very nice shine to it. It's actually looking a little bit brighter on my camera. It's more of a deep amber than a bright orange, but maybe it's also the way the light's hitting it too. But and you do get everything in the trailer. You get roller, you get the mechanical arm bit, so all that is still included. Yippee hooray. We're not really here for what's the same, we're here for what's new. Go ahead and stick this trailer off to the side. And of course, you can tow a trailer. Be kind of weird if you couldn't. It'd be weird if you couldn't. But yeah, starting off with the truck, done in a nice paint job. This red is definitely a shade darker than the rest of the actual red plastic. The blue is a bit different. believe a bit darker. Let's bring him in. It's pretty close in coloration. So yeah, don't have to worry too much about that. It does have chromed rims and pinned-in wheels, so again he can roll nice and smoothly. Bring this down a little bit. Actually, what am I doing on that side? We should probably show this off. Let's see. Gonna have to like half transform him to get this, but I do want to show it off, so don't really need to fully do that. Need just enough space to, there we go. Get this out there, put this off. Go ahead and plug that Megatron arm in there. And well, we're gonna want to make it a surprise. Nope, didn't get it plugged in all the way. Oop. Well, okay, now it's just not snapping in. There we go. Now we can start reassembling the truck. And while this knockoff, at least as far as mine seems to be going, isn't 100% perfect, they did fix a number of the issues that the official had. And the official didn't have too many major issues, so there wasn't a whole ton to fix, but don't these plug in? Yeah, they do. They're supposed to plug in. There we go. There. So as you can see, he does transform with the Megatron arm, and there's this nifty port on the top for the fusion cannon to go into. So that's pretty neat. There's that. But anyway, now there are a couple other things we need to discuss with the truck mode, involving some of these accessories. So we're going to bring these back in. So there are two different types of window fillers. You get your translucent blue and your painted cell shaded ones. They aren't glued in or anything, but be aware that they are not exactly easy to get back out. So I would recommend picking which one you want more, putting that one in. Because I started to put one in and it was a hassle to get it out from like a halfway in kind of way. But I am going to use the cell shaded ones because that's what I think looks better. And you can hear that snaps in very snugly. And they are shaped slightly different because like there's a little groove here on the bottom for where the windshield wiper is. So I'm gonna take the fusion can off just to give myself a little bit more wiggle room there. But try and push that in. Oh, that one's not going in. Great. Yeah. Don't know how I'm gonna get that back out. There we go. Let me try and do it from a side-to-side position. There we go. And then we do get some for the side windows as well. There's just a little L shape to it. Let's do it top to bottom. What? Then do it top to bottom. And there, now he has his cell shaded windows. Hooray. Put that back out. And there is one more accessory for the vehicle mode, the AC unit to fill this gap back here. But there's kind of an issue in that you can see it's completely smooth on all sides. So it just sort of sits back there. And this sort of see the top side is slightly slanted, and that goes under the roof. Yeah. So for this, with the Megatron arm, there's not enough room, it seems. Oh, no, there it goes. But as you can see, it like I said, it's completely smooth. It doesn't tab in. It does not hold. So this is kind of just useless. Plus, this big chunk of white does look a little weird on the back of the red truck, if you ask me. I mean, if you're planning on displaying him in vehicle mode, I guess it's fine, but honestly, I'm not going to use it. I don't like the way that looks. But that is it for the vehicle mode. So we are going to just sort of rush our way through this transformation because we've all seen it a dozen times before. And heck, I did half of it a minute ago. So we're just gonna flip these in, put it from here, bring it down, flip it in, and we're gonna come here to the old lens. We're gonna flip in the wheels. You're trying to crush my finger, aren't you? There you go. There we go. Flip this down, turn that around. Bring this down, turn that around, fold that in, fold out the feet, fold out the feet. Disconnect this from the back, fold back the calves, split the legs, bring in the shins, bring in the shins. And we're gonna bring this whole section down, bring this forward, fold over the top part of the grill, straighten that out. Going to unhook the arms, bring the arms out to the side, and we're gonna rotate, or no, we gotta flip these pieces up first, and we're gonna rotate this middle section. Oh wait, no, gotta unfold this part too, and these joints are a little tight, just a little bit. Come on. Fold the faux grill down. Then we can rotate this whole middle section around. What? Oh, it's just being a little tight. Okay. Fold the chest back around. Fold this down. Bring this up. Or actually, no, we gotta fold this piece around and then bring it up. And fold these little torso pieces back down. And come up here, fold this into the back, tab that in, lift, or untab this, lift this up, fold these in, bring this back down, fold in these little side panels right here, realign the hips, tab them in, fold up his butt, bring down the butt flaps, and we rotate the arms around, fold it out, flip out his hand, rotate the smokestack, and then for the Megatron arm, we fold this down, rotate it around, open it up, flip out the hand the same way, then we open up this section of the shoulder and rotate this around, bring it up, and that'll give him his trigger shoulder. And then we just straighten out these antennae, and there we have Prime in his robot mode. Woo! And as you can see, this is not the original head sculpt. Here, let me actually bring this up a bit. He does include some alternate heads, although this seems to be the only one that will really fit in his alt mode, aside from the original, because here we have the original, then we have this one, and as you can see, the it's a more cartoon version, but the antennae are too long. They won't fit into that cavity, which is a bummer. So you can really only use this one for display, and then there's one other one, which is his battle damaged face, which also you can see the antennae are a lot taller, which just means that it won't fit into that. And these ones barely fit. In fact, I think the tip might be ever so slightly bent. No, I think it's okay, but yeah, there's not a ton of room in there. Like, I'll show you just to, as you can see, those antennae just barely line up with those sort of horns on the front of the helmet. I'm not getting this in the shot. They just so barely line up here. And with these other ones, they go way past it. So these will not fit in the vehicle mode. Again, a real bummer, but it is what it is. I suppose if you are good at customizing, you may be able to like snip those down a little bit and remold them so that they look proper, but I don't know. I really don't know. But you can definitely use them in robot mode. So in fact, we are going to pop, ow, and I just stabbed myself, hooray. Pop that off and put the battle damage head on here, because one of the other accessories we get is the battle damaged torso piece. And this will not work on the original because they had to mold in a new little clip hole right here on this panel. You can see right there under the gray, for that to tab into like that. And the original does not have that little hole, so that is something that is new. So that is not backwards compatible, unfortunately. But yeah, there, now you can have him with his battle damaged movie look as well, including the totally 86 accurate Megatron arm. Totally. But we are actually going to take the Megatron arm off for our next little accessory adventure. And going to need to arrange this arm properly. And one thing that is still kind of an issue is the smokestacks. While they are tighter than the original, they are still a little on the loose side. I wish they would have been a smidge tighter. That is like one of the few things that the what is it, AS General knockoff did better, is the smokestacks were nice and tight. But it's not a huge deal. And there's a little piece of plastic in your elbow. Why is that there? Anyway, the reason we need to switch that over is now we are going to take off the battle damage. I said take off the battle damage. And remove his head. And then we're going to bring in this, which does technically fit on the original, although the other parts, aside from the head, don't. But you're going to take these suspicious jet vents and plug them in here, where those blast effects in truck mode would go, up here like this. And we are going to bring in, come on, really, Starscream, stop being a dick. Yeah, I'm gonna bring in this Starscream head, and he actually has some nice metallic red for his eyes. Don't know how that's coming off. I can't remember. Actually, these wings might be compatible. Yeah, they are. Yeah, the wings are compatible with the original. The only thing that is not is the blast. What are they called? Null rays. Null rays are not compatible. But yeah, this is going to go into this little square gap right here between these two silver pieces. So just plug that in right here. And do the same for the other side. I should mention that at least with my copy, one of these is a little bit loose in the swivel, and yeah, sometimes the connector piece stays with the robot when I try and take them off. It's not super hard to get out, but just be aware that you might have to wiggle it out instead of just pulling it out. And then we can take the null rays, and again, these are not back compatible because there is no slot on his arm right here. You can sort of see. No slot. And you peg these in like so. And we do get one for each arm. And I'm gonna close this up since we're pretty much done with all this. And now you have Starscream Prime. And I do believe that these are blast effect compatible. Let's hook this on. Okay, it's not compatible with that one. Is it compatible with the original Hasbro ones? Kinda. So I have to squeeze it over the tip a little bit, but yeah. Can get some Starscream blasting action there. And you do still get the little gun storage here on his back. Like so. I totally forgot to mention this, but they did fill in the gaps here on the back of his truck bed, which means you can no longer store the gun on the back of his truck. You have to store it in the trailer, which I think that is a little bit of a downgrade, but I'm sure more people would prefer the filled in spots rather than the gun storage, so it is what it is. I will admit it does look better, so it's not the end of the world. I just kind of wish they could have maybe left that one specific spot uncovered. And then I know let's just see how many different figures we can fit into this. I'm gonna try and get this in for a grand finale. Oop. See, okay, fine, be that way. So we're gonna have Starscream Prime with an Energon axe, and then we're gonna give him Megatron's fusion cannon arm. Just to see how absolutely ridiculous we can get all of this looking. So yes, there we have Mega Starscream Prime. Yes. So yeah, quite a bit of stuff going on, and again, you get plenty of accessories. You know, you get 4 different Optimus heads, you get a Starscream head, you get a Megatron arm, you get all the disguised Starscream bits. You get all the original accessories like the gun and the blast effects and the axes. You get the battle damage look from the 86 movie. You get the full trailer. You get 2 options for your windows. There's a lot going on with this figure, and it wasn't too bad. It was less than the original. It was still a decent price. I think it was like 65, 70, which is still less than like the 90 for the official Commander, but you just get so much more stuff. So, and aside from like a few little nitpicks, like the smokestack still being a little bit on the loose side, and you know, the fact that the gun can't store in the truck mode anymore on the back of the truck, and the, you know, basically useless AC unit to fill in the gap of the truck. Like, those are my biggest complaints, and they're really very minor. Like, otherwise, like, he feels solid, the joints are good, the paintwork is good. Like, I did get a sticker sheet for this Optimus Prime, and I might actually put it on this guy instead of my official one. I'm still not sure yet. There is still the DNA upgrade kit for like the Megatron arm and stuff coming out. I'm probably still going to get that just to see how it compares to this, but who knows, I might end up just sitting with this, and I'm still not entirely sure if I want to bother getting the DNA kit, because like this is really good on its own. Not to mention, like I said, I don't have the batteries, but this is an electronic cannon, and it can light up. So like there's that too. There is just so much here to love. Yeah, and then compared to the official and the what was it, the AS General version knockoff, this is the superior of the 3. Like, hands down, no question. It's the best of the 3. But yeah, if you still want to support the official one, I think that they're doing another run of the Commander Prime right now. If you're really just looking for like a cheap shelf presence version of it, then the AS General's fine, I suppose. I did not like it. There was a lot of problems with it. The Nemesis Prime I ordered broke right out of the box. So I'm not going to be getting... I might get their EVA one, because I did see they're doing the EVA deco, and I would like one to go with my Masterpiece EVA, which is also a knockoff. But you know, this is a good figure. If you are only going to get one, get this one. And I can't remember the name of the company. I might have the box over here though. It is just a plain box, but yes I do. It is the MD005, and I know you can find it on Shozi. I think the first run already sold out, but I think they're already like pre-ordering for a second run, so you should still be able to get this, and it is definitely worth getting. Anyway, I think I've rambled on long enough, so that is it from me, and this is Soul Prime 13 saying transform and soul out.